Whoever drew this picture really captured the essence of a pouty 9-year-old perfectly. It's pure art, plain and simple. EarthNight, from developer and publisher Cleaversoft, is probably the most unique and original pure platformer I have seen in a very long time. We still have roughly a metric buttload, or about 1.3 imperial buttloads, of Super Mario follow-up acts releasing basically daily, and every other unique indie platformer released in the past decade has either actually been a Metroidvania roguelite, a hard-as-nails Super Meat Boy wannabe, or Limbo, but with a sepia-toned filter instead of straight black and gray. But this game, armed with basically nothing other than the jumping and running from Mario on the NES in terms of game mechanics, feels absolutely nothing like any of those other games to play. EarthNight is available now on Apple Arcade, but will be releasing sometime before the end of the year on Switch, PS4, and PC via Steam. In it, you dive from space into Earth's atmosphere, which is just crawling with dragons, in an attempt to land on those dragons and straight up murder them by the dozens. You do that by jumping on the little ones and stabbing the big ones in the head with a sword or magic till they self-destruct. That's a pretty bizarre premise, but it's not the most bizarre premise I've seen in a platform. But the execution on that premise is unlike anything else out there. The fluid nature of the procedurally generated dragon backs and their associated loot and enemies results in an adrenaline-inducing frenetic pacing I haven't seen in an action platformer in quite some time. The artwork is also stellar. It looks an awful lot like a hand-drawn sprite-based system, in fact I'd lay money on that, but what's key is that the art style is reminiscent of virtually nothing else. There are some children's books that have art of a similar form, I guess, but in the world of video games, the only other game that even kinda reminds me of these visuals is Monty Python's Flying Circus on the Atari ST. Yeah, 1980 whatever. I said unique. I meant unique. EarthNight's gameplay is rewarding, by which I mean it's fun to play, but by which I also mean it results in literal rewards you can use in the bartering marketplace. It's difficult, requiring mastery of the movement controls and special abilities of the two characters to progress rapidly and efficiently, but it's also fast-paced and procedurally random enough for casual players to enjoy in bursts. EarthNight gets a 9 out of 10 from me. In terms of gameplay, it's a really good platformer that rises into the ranks of outrageous excellence on the strength of its originality. I suppose your mileage may vary.